Hello. Welcome back to another episode of Reddit Cheating Stories. If you like the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Let's get started with the first story. He, 21M, felt disrespected by me, 19F, and went to another woman. Okay, so my boyfriend, 21M, and I, 19F, got into an argument because last month, a guy who looks at me like a sister bought me a tote bag as a religious gift. I knew my boyfriend would freak out because he always thought I had something going on with the guy, but we are literally like siblings. 2 weeks before he bought me the bag, my boyfriend told me he lied for 3 months about another girl. Before we were official, and they didn't do anything sexual. But I felt that I didn't owe him anything after forgiving him for that. A week before the guy gave me the gift, my boyfriend got mad that I accepted a newspaper from the same guy. He hands them out to everyone, so I was afraid to tell him about the bag. His reactions are scary. He is impulsive, calls me names, and gets physically aggressive, but never actually hits me. When I wore the bag, I told him my mom bought it for me until last week when he randomly checked my phone, and I told him the truth before he even went through those messages. He started to say how disrespectful it was and that he was going to meet up with another girl because of it. He made me cut the bag up and send a picture of the destroyed bag to the guy who bought it for me. He was threatening to smash my phone if I didn't. I understand my actions were wrong, but I was genuinely scared of his reaction. Either way, it was wrong, and I could have at least not worn the bag. The guy is 100% like a brother to me, though, I know it sounds cliché and hard to believe, but it's true. Flash forward to last night, he showed me proof that he received oral sex from another girl and said that it was equivalent to the disrespect he felt with the bag. He then started to say he wanted to put all of this behind us and continue until he graduates in a month. I declined, refused to have sex with him, and we both blocked each other. Tell me truthfully, do you think his actions were warranted by my lie? I have been loyal to him for 7 months before we were even official. He met my parents, and we went on 2 trips together. So many memories. Please, someone, give me advice. It is good that you blocked him. Don't ever forgive him. What a vile man. You can do so much better. He is a cheating boss. Don't take him back. All that name-calling is so disrespectful. Why stay in a relationship like that? You are young. Don't waste your time on him. He was looking for an excuse to cheat. That's without the gaslighting, name-calling, and generally trying to control you. Keep him blocked. You dodged a bullet. Okay, so he sounds pretty abusive, and usually when people are aggressively accusing you of cheating, they're usually the ones cheating. People are going on about how it was wrong to lie about the gift, which is true, but if he made you feel scared, then it's reasonable and okay to do that. Also, him using a tote bag as an excuse to get head means he planned to do it already. He's a boss. Plus, he already lied about another girl early on. Person shrugging female sign. Yeah, a lot of the time, people who act so insanely insecure about this kind of thing are serial cheaters. They just think everyone else is shitty like them, so they're paranoid. That and they're looking for wiggle room to justify their actions. Yep, been through this in a relationship, and he was, in fact, a serial cheater and sex addict. It did so much to my mental health and insecurities, trying to justify or divert attention from their actions. Your boy is weak, insecure, and has emotional issues. I highly recommend you cut the cord and go find a better guy. This is only going to get worse as he gets older, and you don't want to marry him and try to raise normal, healthy kids with a wacko husband trying to be a good dad. Cut and run. I just read your other post in which your boyfriend wants to have sex with you 6 to 7 times a day during spring break, otherwise he doesn't want to go there with you? If your friend uses such words as slut and hatred towards you and blocks you mentally, so hurt with subsequent, then please draw a line immediately. What he does is mental abuse. You will always ask yourself if you get him well. It's not worth it. Don't break yourself because of such a person. Keep him blocked. Never let him back into your life. He was abusing you. This will only get worse with time. And plus he cheated on you. Do you want to remain with somebody who's disrespecting you and will likely continue to cheat whenever they're upset with you? Sis, if you didn't break up with him, I would have ripped you a new one. Why would you want to be with a clown who is so damn jealous and abusive? Why do you think you were wrong? Honey, you need to be single for a very long time. Try to stay single at least till 25, or until you learn to love yourself and respect yourself so that when assholes like him come into your life, you know not to stay with them at all. Keep him blocked, do not talk to him, do not be friends with him. He's bad and dangerous and has lots of issues that he needs to fix on his own. Don't let anyone ever treat you like that again. Don't deal with people who have insecurities like that. Oh God, keep him blocked. He is an idiot. Good Lord. The man is a jealous fiend. Block him, block him, block him. Do not ever let him back into your life. It will eventually escalate and become physical. Story 2. I, 19F, found Tinder on my boyfriend's 20M phone. This just happened about 30 minutes ago, and I'm still in shock and confused. I'm looking for advice of some kind. Today, we had a date planned to go on a hike and then come back to my place and spend the night. Yesterday, he told me his parents left for the weekend, and I gave him the option over text of either spending the night Friday at his place or Saturday at mine. I live with my grandpa and dad. And my dad specifically asked me to stay home with him because he had a concert to go to Saturday night. And my grandpa is older and needs help around the house with things. He insisted that he wanted to spend the night Saturday. Fast forward, after the hike, he suggested going back to his place and spending the night. I stopped him and said I needed to be at home Saturday for my grandpa. He then said he didn't want to, and I got irritated because he kept saying he was unaware of it, but we had discussed it over text. My phone was in my bag, and we are both very open about using each other's phones to look up directions or other things. Since his phone was right there, I grabbed it to go look back over our texts, and as soon as I unlocked his phone, Tinder was open. I freaked out and started crying because why was Tinder downloaded, and why was he on it while with me? After that, he immediately started telling me how much he loved me and how it was a mistake, and all of this BS about how he just scrolls on it for validation. I checked and found no active messages on his Tinder from the time we've been dating, but there were matches from 5 minutes ago, 8 hours ago, 4 days ago. He seemed to have downloaded it about a week ago, but I'm at a loss for words. I told him to stop telling me he loves me because he's treating me as an option, and that since he's acting single, how about being single? I dropped him off at his house, told him I need to cool down, and now I'm home. I'm irritated with myself that I didn't officially break up with him. I just ordered a fake ID through him, and he has things at his house that are mine that I want back. I know the relationship is over, but I want advice on what I should say to make him really think about what he did. Leave him. My ex did the same thing and I continued it, but it literally ended up nowhere. You're just going to have trust issues and insecurities for no reason. 100% this. I came here to state the same exact thing. For whatever reason, each person that physically or emotionally cheats via a dating app or tries to cheat, most people fall back to it again. Whether it's an ego boost, amusement, or the person is truly just a garbage person. In my experience, as soon as there's an argument, or you're working double shifts, or they're just drunk and bored, they always go back to it. You're both also very young, and he most likely doesn't really know what he wants for the long haul, and maybe you're not sure either. You're young, focus on your career, personal development, and figuring out what you both want out of life and where you'd like it to go, and don't worry so much about long-term relationships right now. You'll regret it later if you don't. And if you're truly good for each other, time and life will bring you back to each other. Sounds cheesy, but it happens if you're both right for each other. Hun, he's not sorry. He's sorry he got caught. I dated someone who did the same thing. He'd apologize, cry, beg, shower me with flowers and gifts and promise it would never happen again. But it did. More than once. Don't be like me and waste another day on someone who does not respect you in your relationship. They will say anything when they get caught to avoid losing control. Boy, bye. He's trying to cheat. You don't need to explain anything. He knows why you're leaving. So just say it's over and arrange to get your things. Don't listen to any of his nonsense from here on out. Nobody owes anyone a detailed thesis as to why it's over, especially when it's obvious why. As for the dummies saying that they too use Tinder just to look but claim to be in a healthy relationship, it's not healthy. Also, the guy was doing more than looking. If he matched, he was swiping. You're young. You'll meet someone better than this. I caught a former partner on Tinder twice before I smartened up. It's not only cheating, it's disrespectful to you as a person. He is okay with embarrassing you by pretending to be single online sad face. There are people you know locally who will see him putting himself out there while claiming to love you and only you. You deserve someone who would never be okay with hurting you like that. Ask yourself if you would ever do the same thing to him, and I think you'll find your answer. Best wishes, Op. Just dump him and move on. Don't bother trying to teach some lesson, just focus on yourself and ditch him and be done, and don't go back. That dude is straight up shopping for other women right next to you. That level of disrespect for you will never change. He clearly has zero respect for you, so it's time to dump him and go find someone that will respect you. There is nothing more to say. Just get the things you think you need. Leave him, block him, and let him go. There is no excuse. There is nothing for him to say. He did what he did because he was still looking for his someone. That man doesn't respect you or himself. He's in need of validation from women, so he has to use apps to gain it. Leave him and do yourself a favor and never look back. Leave him now, or you will be building a house of cards with him while he continues to see 100 women through Tinder. Remember, you teach people how to treat you. Thank you for watching the guys. If you liked it, please a like and make sure to comment to tell us what you would have done in this situation. Also make sure to check the description box if you want to have better relationships or lose that extra weight you can't get rid of. And if you want some videos like this, make sure to check one of these. See you soon.